What's up, cool people? I'm Matt Conroy, and man, apparently I cannot get videos about the whole coronavirus situation and the different things that are happening related to it out there fast enough. Like, seriously. I guess this is how stuff goes down in a pandemic. Everything happens really fast. Or it doesn't at all, which, is hopefully where it's starting to trend towards the not happening so much anymore. But it never dies down that quickly. But anyway, so basically I just wanted to go through a couple of things I've been hearing about and maybe try and do this in a way where it's, not just relevant to the immediate situation and maybe can translate to, longer term knowledge nuggets. But I will say, though, what prompted me doing this video was something I heard related to the coronavirus situation, which I'll get to in a little bit. But in general, science is kind of a weird thing. And you might wonder where the heck I'm going with this. Don't worry, I'm getting there. But, okay, so, real simple example with science being weird. Alright, you take simple oxygen, for example, and, we breathe it every day. It's necessary for our bodies to function. If we don't get enough oxygen in our lungs, we die. But you take this oxygen, you attach a little bit of hydrogen to it, and suddenly this is no longer just oxygen anymore. Now we've got water, which, while also being critical to life, I don't think you want to be breathing in water. That's how, you get, or at least I think that's one of the ways you could get pneumonia and things like that. But yeah, water in lungs, not a good thing. Just oxygen in your lungs? Sure. Water, not so much. So, in a similar manner, what prompted this video is a story that I heard for a very brief while and then kinda not again, really at all. Apparently, somebody out there heard the news that was being spread about something called chloroquine being a medication thing that can help prevent and or treat symptoms of coronavirus. Apparently, it's also been used on malaria and a couple of other viral diseases and things like that. But in any case, so this person heard about chloroquine, thought it would be a good preventative measure to take this in order to, not get coronavirus and, not have to stress out about it and go about their daily life, without really needing to worry about that. I'm not going to say one thing or another on how effective this medicine actually is for that, but the reason I bring up the whole science thing is that this person kind of missed the mark just a little bit. See, what they didn't take, or what they took was not just chloroquine, pure and simple. What they wound up taking, if I remember correctly, was chloroquine phosphate. Hey there, Matt from the future here. Sorry for the confusion in advance, but apparently, so after doing a little research, I'm kind of confused on whether or not chloroquine phosphate was actually the regular prescribed thing to treat coronavirus or help prevent symptoms or whatever. But in any case, the main point is that you really should not use stuff in ways that it's not intended. Also, it's generally a bad idea to try and, like, self-medicate for serious illnesses. Now, like, there are certain things where, you know, like, if you have soreness or general pain, things like that, sure, you can take ibuprofen or different pain medicines. You know, if you're dealing with a general common thing. But for stuff that, you know, is not common, and especially if treatment is not very well known or widespread, you really probably don't want to just start taking some random thing off the shelf. So, whether or not chloroquine phosphate in any particular form is actually helpful in preventing / treating coronavirus symptoms, basically, what this one person took was not, like, the regular form of it that you would, you know, use to try and, you know, medicate yourself in these circumstances. It was in some other kind of form, and that's the main point that I'm getting at. Like, don't be using stuff when you don't know for sure what it's gonna do. Don't be combining stuff when you don't know how they're gonna react with each other. Thus the whole science is weird point. Anyway, yeah, so I realize I'm probably gonna carry on a little bit throughout the rest of this video regarding chloroquine phosphates and saying that that is a bad thing. Maybe not. But in any case, once again, whatever else I end up saying in this video, do not take stuff to try and, like, prevent or treat any kind of illness or ailment or injury or whatever. Don't be taking stuff and using it when you don't know what it's gonna do. That's the main point. Now, the rest of the video is going to kind of carry on as normal with the same train of thought. Apologies for any confusion and if it seems like I'm contradicting myself, but yeah, use what I'm saying right now as the main point. Okay? Anyway, moving on. There's a difference there. Just like attaching some hydrogen to the oxygen turns it into water, apparently, chloroquine phosphate is deadly to the human body. So, whoever this was, they took it, thinking it was just the chloroquine stuff that was gonna, you know, help prevent coronavirus or whatever. They took it, and they died. Because it was chloroquine phosphate. So, this is one of those things where you really, really gotta be careful. And it's because science is a little weird. You start combining different things, and suddenly they're not what they used to be. Looking beyond just the whole coronavirus-related situation, I mean, okay, backtrack a little bit. Really, I'm not gonna bash on any reporting or any doctors or anybody like that who was, you know, prescribing or suggesting chloroquine as a preventative / treatment measure, because I'm not really here to talk about that. The only thing that I really think could have / should have been done a little bit better when talking about this is that more people should have mentioned, or at least been aware of, other things out there that could easily be confused with the regular form of chloroquine that would actually be helpful. And, you know, people, unless you're specific, might try and do something like that where they think it's the same kind of thing, but it's not, because there's I keep using weird, not like as an insulting thing, but like there's weird sciencey stuff going on. So anyway, looking a bit beyond just the whole coronavirus treatment situation and chloroquine specifically, like there are other ways in which we also need to be careful about what we combine. Like, certain kind of cleaning chemicals are another good example in this kind of situation, because a lot of people are doing a lot of cleaning of different surfaces and materials and things like that. But certain cleaning chemicals are dangerous when combined. So, like, don't be going around spraying every single cleaning chemical known to man, especially not in the same area. Because, yeah, you might not be doing yourself any favors with that. Now, I'm not real familiar on what exact combinations should not be combined or different things like that, but just for safety's sake, don't be spraying everything with Windex and Lysol and bleach and, you know, like, I know baking soda and vinegar is kind of a common cleaning suggestion thing. Yeah. Don't be going around combining all of those, because I doubt all of that together is really a safe combination. And that doesn't just apply during times of, you know, pandemic coronavirus-like situations. That's all the time. Do not combine your cleaning chemicals. Like, if it was safe to be combined, I'm sure there would be somebody manufacturing it in such a state. Given that that's not the case, please do not combine them. You might be making a toxic gas for yourself, and nobody wants that. So, yeah, I'm sure there are other examples that we could talk about for ways of, you know, staying safe with our, you know, science-y stuff and combining or not combining different things. But those are the ones that are coming to my mind immediately. If you have other advice on things to do or not to do that people might not really carefully think through without being told otherwise, leave your thoughts down in the comments, because I think really now's the time when we need to be helping each other and, you know, giving each other real solid advice that we know is helpful, rather than spending so much time just speculating on what we think might help the most for certain things. Like, I've been seeing way too much of people just kind of spouting the different news sources and their articles and statements and different things like that on, you know, what they think might be the best way to handle the situation. Okay, take what you know is true and helpful and, like, just spread that knowledge. Maybe take your hints from doctors, or, I mean, maybe some scientists in the case of, you know, cleaning stuff and things like that. Anyway, yeah, let's try and help each other a little bit in this situation, rather than just, you know, bark at each other with our usual political error, with our usual, you know, agendas. Because right now it doesn't really seem like the time or the place. Anyway, so I guess that's really all I've got for now. Hopefully this is relevant to a broader situation, so even if the whole coronavirus thing changes, like it seems to be doing so rapidly, this will still be a relevant video. Anyway, yeah, so I guess that's it. As always, like and share if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to my channel and click the bell, enable notifications to get updates when I post new stuff on my channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Info on that's down in the description below the video. And, again, underneath all that, leave your comments, helpful suggestions, or even just other stuff you want me to talk about, whether or not it's related to any coronavirus stuff. Yeah, whatever you have for me, let me know down below. So that's it. I hope you're all doing well. Hopefully I'll see you next time, but until then, stay cool, people.